Oh, it is a V-nickel. Sweet. Oh, 1894, baby. Well, I'm on my way back to the 1760 property today. Still haven't had any rain. The temperature's still pretty high, but not too high. Since there's been no rain, I want to check out a different part of the property. At the far end of the 62-acre property, there is a lake where people swam. And, the person who currently lives there now says, oh, we swam there as kids. So if they swam there as kids, chances are a lot of people swam there over the past 200 years. And there's a trail through the woods leading down to the lake. I like that. If those woods have been there for a long time, it means a lot of foot traffic on that trail. So it's a nice concentrated area to search. So I think that's what we're going to do today. We're going to check out that trail, and if there's time, we're going to get into the water and do some water detecting. We'll see. We'll see what the lake looks like. Let's get to it. History awaits. Oh, it's nice and quiet here. I'm not hearing too much iron in the ground. So that implies there wasn't like a lot of building going on down here, so not like sick with nails, but that could also be a bad sign. It may also imply that the ground didn't see much use at all. I haven't found this lake yet. I've got to find my way to it. I don't know if I'm going to get there today at the rate I'm going. I had a nice high tone there next to that root. 2 wheat pennies. And then about 3 feet away from there to here, I had another high tone, very, very shallow. Popped it out with the probe, and it was a Merc. Looks like a 1923. I don't see a mint mark, so it's a Philadelphia. 23 Philly Merc. Not that old, obviously, but it's a nice piece of silver. And what this tells me, the good thing that this tells me is there's no way that this particular stretch of ground has been detected before. These signals were very shallow, very strong, a couple inches down. So, if someone had come through here with the detector, they would have gotten one of these two signals. And since neither have been gotten, good sign. It's a good sign. All right, let's get back to this. Well, I haven't made it to the pond yet. I've circled back just to check this trail since I turned up a Merc and now 3 wheats on this trail. I figured there might be some things to find. I've been turning up lots of bullets and shotgun shell head stamps and things like that, but I just had a surface find. Pretty sure this is old because I've seen these before, not in my hand, but in books. And, well, have a look. Right on the surface, just under a couple leaves. It's got a patina on it. See it? Now, those of you who hunt relics will probably already know what that is. That is a joined pair of cufflinks. And they're very old cufflinks. Yeah, this is old stuff. I couldn't give you a date, but it's not new. Very, very rare to find them still connected like that, to get a pair of them. Just sitting here on the surface. Waiting for me to find them. For who knows how long. Very cool. Sweet! Let's keep going. I'm deep in the New England woods on this property. And I just unearthed a nice buckle, but I've also walked into the middle of a conversation between a barred owl back there and another barred owl back here. He's right near me. He's right up in these trees somewhere. Anyway, a lot of nice birds out here, but here's the buckle I just dug. Has a lot of shine on it, so I don't know if it's old. Looks like a belt buckle. But it has a curious post. See the post? It's interesting. Well, we'll take it. Whew. That's pretty neat. Alright, let's let these guys have their little peeing contest. So, this trail down to the water is actually more like a road. It's been carved by, looks like tractors, machines. All the rocks have been pushed to the sides, and the ground is lowered like about a foot. That's actually a bad thing for treasure hunting, because it means that the old ground that people were walking on 100 years ago is gone. But doesn't matter. We know the lake is old, so all we have to do is just keep pushing along the trail until the old ground pops up again. We start hearing iron again. And I believe I'm reaching the end of the machined portion of the trail. The lake's right behind me. I'll show it to you in a second. But I just dug up an artifact. Nothing too amazing, but it's cool. I'll definitely take it home. I'm sure you can see what that is. That is half of a horseshoe. It's too bad it's not the whole shoe, but that's nice and old, so we'll take that. That's what we want to find. So, alright, let's go down there and take a look. Well, here we are. It's beautiful. I don't know what the name of this lake is. I can look it up, but then I couldn't tell you, could I? So, anyway, it's a lovely lake. And there's some people out there on a canoe, so I'm sure there are other people that live at other parts of this lake. So I'm down here now, past the area that's been all machined. And I noticed that as soon as I got to this little flat area next to the lake, I started getting high tones, which doesn't surprise me. I'm sure, people hang out here. There's actually a little bit of a structure of some kind here, probably a fire pit. Doesn't look too old. It's modern bricks and concrete. There's a can right there in the fire pit. So chances are the high tones that I'm seeing here are modern. Also, I took a look at the bottom of the lake, and it's he wasn't kidding. These are actually huge rocks all along here. Not quite what I was picturing. So I don't think I'm actually going to get in the water today because, well, it's not the right kind of bottom surface for what I was planning to do, which is scoop and sift. This is all rocks. This would be more appropriate for like snorkeling, and I'm not trained on a snorkel. So anyway, we're going to putter around here and see what some of these high tones are, and then we'll probably just head back toward the house. Sun's getting low in the sky. It's going to get real dark soon. I'm sure it's already dark in the woods. Get up closer to the house, because all I'm digging down here is very modern. Modern quarters, modern dimes, modern pennies, modern trash. Not digging anything old, so this property's huge. I just got to find the old ground. But I think I'll do better closer to the house. Okay, I got to get it rolling. Boy, that sun really is going down. I get stuck out here. The Slender Man. Let's recap what we found at the 1760 home site today. The experience was that the further I got from the house, the newer the stuff got. So I think we're going to do better closer to the house. So I think on our next visit, we'll try to walk the perimeters of the fields, look for patchy areas where there isn't much grass, and work there. Or hopefully we'll get a couple days of rain. That'd be nice. Anyway, let's go over the finds. We had a lot of ordnance. You see lots of shotgun shell head stamps, some fired rounds there, bullet casings. Don't know what that object is. We had this buckle, don't know if it's old, half a horseshoe. That pair of cufflinks, those are old. Very nice. We had the mercury dime, and then we had a few wheat pennies, and it's hard to say what all those are. There's one modern dime in there, one mercury dime, several wheat pennies, a few memorials, and 2 modern quarters. And then of course the work. There's always work. There's the work. A little bit of junk. So, there you go. Well, I'm back on the 1760 property. Now we still haven't had any rain, so I really can't go digging in the grass. So today, what I'm doing, and I'm probably going to do it also tomorrow, is I'm just walking the perimeter of the property, the perimeter of the fields, and looking for patchy areas like this. See here, there's very little grass, there's some weeds, some trees, and just this one little spot, and then the grass picks up back again over there. But I can at least work little spots like this because there's no harm in damaging any grass. And I'm sure there's plenty of these spots around, like there's underneath that pine tree there. That should be a good place to look. And along this rock wall at the edge of the cemetery should also be a good place to look. On this side of the wall, of course. We don't go into cemeteries. But right here, I got a 68 signal on the AT. And popped up this lovely flat button, which is in such nice condition. You can really see the maker's mark. That's a nice little flat button, big shank. Nothing on the front, it's just plain. There's a little piece of history just waiting to be found. And I know there's going to be a lot more around here. Such a beautiful spot. These people must love living here. It's absolutely glorious. Also, somewhere around here, I saw some fall foliage, if you can believe that. Winter is coming. Anyway, back to it. I have this little signal right next to this rock in this leafy, sticky, twiggy area. But as I was kneeling down, I just noticed that. That looks like a whiskey flask. And my guess would be that it's an older one. Let's get it out of there. Oh! Guaranteed. Full pint. It's not a screw top, so that's pretty old. I think. There's no prohibition era warning on it, so it might be really old. There's no maker's mark. Does have a seam. The seam doesn't go through the top. It stops partway up. I forget what that means. Let's go back and look it up. Well, I'm going to take that. I think that's a nice bottle. It's got a sort of a purplish color to it. Guaranteed full pint. What a nice bottle. Alright, this is probably a piece of junk here. I'll find out off camera what it is. Just a little can fragment. Nothing interesting. Oh well, we'll keep pushing on. Maybe get some more flat buttons. That'd be cool. I'm over here behind the cemetery, and apparently a lot of people park back here and drink, which explains why I'm finding so much broken glass. And there's a lot of cans. I'm getting some loud high tones. They turn out to be cans. That's unfortunate. It looks good. I mean, it's not like a trash dump, but as you get closer to the wall of the cemetery where the leaves have piled over things, you know, things get covered up and then people don't see them and clean them up. So, but I did get another high tone here, shallow, in the high 80s. I just assumed it was going to be another can. Then when I went over it with the probe, I noticed that it only gave off a spot signal. When it's a can, the probe's going to go off for like from here to there. You know, you get a long 6-inch long signal where it repeats. This was just a spot, which is good. But being so shallow, I was like, shallow, it's not going to be anything. And then it occurred to me, Civil War cuff button and colonial cufflinks on this property, both found on the surface. So maybe it's something. It's something. Check that beauty out. Isn't she pretty? That, of course, is a Barber, and it's a Barber quarter. This will be the second Barber quarter I've ever dug. The last one was an 1895 S. This one is has no minty, so it's a Philadelphia, and it is in gorgeous condition. Yeah, that's beautiful. People didn't really like the Barber mintage. They thought that Lady Liberty looked like a man. They thought she was too butch or something. So we are on the board with silver. And I've only been here for like an hour. Just hunted a little bit of the perimeter, and already we've got a nice piece of silver. We have a beautiful old flat button, early 1800s at least. And we have big gorgeous bottle. This place is insane. It's great. I love it here. I love it here. Always check your hole. That beautiful Barber quarter had a friend. Look at that. This one's pretty slick. This is not a quarter, obviously. It's too tiny. This is a Barber dime. And tonight we're going to party like it's 1899. I think that's my second Barber dime for the year. Love it. Well, could it be a trio? Let's check this hole again. It's crazy. I mean, this is so shallow. No, all quiet. I figure I'm in some kind of a hot spot because there's a little V-nickel. That just came out of the ground right here. Again, fairly shallow. 1905. Having trouble reading it. Let me try, I've already toothpicked it a little bit, as you can tell. I've just sort of been working along the perimeter here behind the Revolutionary War graveyard, you know, where the rock wall is. What I did is get a nice nickel tone here. Solid 5051, which on the AT series is usually a nickel, but in this case it wasn't. It was a flat button. Got another flat button, and this one I don't see a maker's mark. There might be one there, but I don't see it. Nothing on the other side. So this is a different kind than the last one. It looks like a two-piece. There's a little thing around the shank. You see that? Like a little dome. But that's a nice old button. Another beautiful piece of the past. Well, I just came here after work today, so you know, you've only got so much time, but how can I complain, right? Alright, I'm just going to do this little area here. It's all dirt here. Tiny little tufts of grass, but mostly dirt. There's a trail going off that way, but I'm not going to do it because it's getting late. It's almost 7 o'clock, so I'll do this area here, and then I'm going to head out. It's been another good hunt, but it's time to get going. So, let's recap. See how we did today. It's been a good day. Let's see. We got modern nickel, a couple modern pennies. I think they're both zinc. One, I think it's a 22 round. I do not know what this object is. Looks like part of maybe an engine or something. Not sure. I think I'll tumble it. I have a feeling that might reveal some detail. We got not a super old shoddy. I think this one dates to the 1930s. I was just looking at, I was in cartridgecorner.com the other night looking at various shotgun shells. I think that one dates to the 30s. I'll have to double check. Now we got this beautiful bottle. No prohibition warning on it. We got two lovely flat buttons. One of them I think has a pretty distinctive maker's mark. I'll get a close look at that when I get home. And then we have 3 old coins. We got the V-nickel, which I think is 1908. Could be 06. We got the Barber quarter, 1907. And the very slick Barber dime, 1899. No minties on either the quarter or the dime. But that's fine. Any day you find silver is a good day, baby. And of course, lots of work. Lots of work today. This is the lid to an old Gerber jar, an old baby food jar. There's a zipper. Don't ask me what that's doing there. Shards of broken glass, lots of it. Lots of cans, wire. I'm not sure what this dingus is. It's like this thing on the end of a wire. Yeah? I don't know what that is. It's not old, it's modern. But, because that's modern wire, but I don't know what it is. A lot of junk. We'll get rid of that. And, of course, pull tabs. There's always pull tabs. But yeah, good finds today. Good hunt. Alright, well, I gotta get out of here and go home, have some dinner, see how my kid is doing, and tomorrow I'll be back with one of the relic raiders. Tracy's gonna join me. It's gonna be a good day. And by then I think I'll have enough footage for episode 11. Out here in the middle of the field, the property owners clarified today that they really only care about the mowed areas of the lawn. These big open fields, they said it's fine. We can dig out here, and it should be okay. I mean, obviously we have to clean up, but so that's good. I've been avoiding all this because I was like, oh, you know, they don't want any of this to turn brown. But I guess out here it's just like a meadow, so they don't care too much. And I think this is really interesting. Have a look at this. This is very old. It's a convex button. As you can see, there's a little bit like a flower pattern in the center. And a nice proud shank on the back. This looks good. I think Tracy would like this. She likes buttons. I want to show this to Tracy.
Hello!
Tracy, the relic raider herself. I just dug something a little interesting.
Oh, wow!
It's convex. And it has a little pattern on it. It's not military, but it's got some flowers on it.
That's beautiful. I think that's really, really, really old.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is
like
old.
1700s old.
Oh, you think so?
I think. What did it ring up at?
56, 57 on my machine.
Wow.
Now, what you got here? Anything?
I don't know. It rang up like a 61.
On my machine, that would be a trime. I don't know what 61 is on your machine. We'll jinx it with a live dig, okay?
Hey!
Ah, the evil one.
A colonial pull tab.
Yeah, right. Yeah, late 18th century pull tab.
I'm gonna frame that.
Cool. Hey, can you show me that wheel again? That was pretty cool.
Absolutely.
This is something Tracy dug just a few minutes ago. Look at that honker. Now that must have rang up huge.
It did.
Did it ring up like iron or like a big brass?
It was like 81 to 89.
That's not iron on my machine. That would be brass.
Yeah, that would be silver in my machine.
Cool.
But I might not have had it ground balanced the right way.
This is chunky. Yeah, you should tumble that. Sometimes they have patent marks on them and stuff.
I definitely will.
All right.
Yeah.
Having fun?
I'm having a blast.
We're doing good. We're off to a good start. Okay. I'm shaking a little bit here. Okay. I think I just made one of those finds that you have to turn over to the landowner because it's worth a lot of money. Wow. Okay, alright, I'm calming down. Ooh, check it out. Check it out. That's a honker, baby. That is a honker. That's somebody's class ring. Holy smokes. It's chunky. Okay, let me clean this up. South Mecklenburg High School, 1960. Savers. Must be the team for that high school. But then over here I see 6 and 9. Wow, it's been here for a while. God, it's gorgeous. It's a honker. Mark inside the ring says 10 carat. It's got a couple letters before it, like HJ or KJ, 10 carat. 10 carats. It's definitely worth more than 50 bucks. Alright, time to go talk to the landowner, but first, I'm gonna lay this on Tracy and see what she says. She's gonna freak, I think. It's not gonna be something you're expecting. You ready?
Yeah. Wow. Holy smokes.
1960 or 1969, not sure. It says 60 underneath the stone, but then on the side in big numbers it says 69.
Wow.
South Mecklenburg High School, it's 10 carat, and there's somebody's initials in the band.
Oh, wow. Where did you, along the perimeter?
Yeah, right over there by the pine tree. where we started.
Wow.
Crazy. Had any luck over here? You had any,
I found a button over here.
Sweet. Awesome.
And I found, I don't know if it's a sash buckle or if it's a...
Oh, cool.
If it's a part to a suspender. Let's see. That's the button.
Oh, wow. It's like got a silver wash. How nice. Has it got a back mark? Oh, it's a spun back. I think this is like a button I found the first day, too. Oh, look at that.
So I don't know if it's a sash buckle.
That's gorgeous. Oh, over there. It wasn't here in the dirt?
No.
Wow, look at that. Go you. What a great find.
That class ring is awesome.
Isn't it? Yeah, I got to find the owners because this is obviously something of value. I got to turn this over to them.
Absolutely.
See what they say. Maybe they'll let me keep it. I don't know. If they let me keep it, I might be able to find out whose it was. I mean, it does give me the name of the high school, and I think it gives me the year, and if I've got the guy's initials, awesome. Go you and me.
Yes.
Keep it up, Trace. Well, I showed that ring to the homeowners, and they told me to keep it, which was really nice of them. They didn't have to do that at all. But they're really good people. I like these people, and they're being very good to me, just letting me come and, you know, hunt their property and share it with my friends. One at a time, but still, you know, but yeah, so that means, you know, finding the owner will fall to me. See if I can find the owner. You know, I'll pursue it, and we may be able to get it back to the owner, which would be amazing. Just dug an ox shoe. A little bit small. It sure looks like an ox shoe, though, just on the small side. That was the weirdest recovery of all times. I've never seen one like this before. Pretty neat. See that stick there? That big stick? That stick was setting off my detector. Nice, medium high tone, 60s. And the only thing I could think of is that, well, maybe like a brass nail in the stick or a bullet. So I immediately started looking for a hole, you know, a bullet hole, nail hole, nothing. And eventually I had to take my probe, my screwdriver, stuff it into the edge of the stick and just start wailing on it to crack the stick open, a little piece at a time to get inside. And I found this bullet. A bullet in a stick without a bullet hole. How does that happen? Well, when that bullet was fired, this stick was on a tree. It was alive. And the bullet hole healed over, leaving the bullet inside the limb. Then later the limb got cut, ended up over here in the wood piles, and still had the bullet inside of it. And I had to work hard, man, to get this messed up bullet out of that stick. But that's frickin' weird. That is frickin' weird. So, Tracy's having a moment. She just scored big. Check that out.
Oh, 1819 Drake bus, baby. My bucket lister.
Matron head.
Matron head, I'm sorry.
Matron head. She's upside down. Can you turn her over? Wow, check that out. Pretty lady.
Oh.
Go you, Trace. Go you.
Oh, thank you.
Way to go. You rock.
Wow, it's drying up beautifully.
Yeah, I would definitely toothpick that a little bit. How's the back look? Does it look okay? Or is it a little...
It's in mint condition. Like, that's going to tooth out. Look at the detail.
Yeah, she looks real nice. Yeah, that's definitely a matron. Nice. I think you might be able to read Liberty on her.
I think so too.
On her
And I
tiara.
don't even have my bifocals on.
Yeah. United. Can't see states. I can see of. It's just dirt though. I think if you toothpick this, it's going to look nice. I can tell already that this is going to toothpick nice. Go you rock!
Relic Raiders.
I'm tired. You tired?
I'm tired.
We're tired. We're very, very tired.
We've been at this since 10 o'clock this morning.
And it's what?
6:24.
8.5 hours. And I haven't had any food yet today, so I'm a little hungry. I think I'll be grabbing a bite on the way home, burger or something. Anyway, we both did really well. Trace, I think, got some of the greatest old finds, and I got a pretty valuable find and some finds with a lot of personality. So let's wrap things up and go through what we found today. And we'll have Trace will do the honors because she got the coolest find, I think.
Well, the coolest find is an 1818 matron head 1 cent piece. It was definitely a bucket lister for me. I've been searching and searching and searching and never found one, and I finally found one today.
So that's your first matron?
That is my first matron.
So your other ones are like braided hair? They're newer?
No, they're all colonial coppers.
Oh. So you have like state coppers?
Yeah, this is the first.
Your first federal copper?
First large cent.
Oh, great! That's terrific. Boy, I should have such problems.
This is some type of piece of jewelry. It's a spinner, so there may have been a stone in there at one point.
Yeah, it looks like it was some sort of a bezel for something.
Definitely 1800s.
Cool. It's amazing it still rotates.
There's 3 wheat cents. I found 2 buttons.
Nice flat. That one's got like silver wash.
Yep.
Nice.
This one has the shank, the other one's broken off.
Uh-huh.
A square nail that was formed into a hook.
Groovy.
Some really cool pieces of glass. This might be a piece of depression glass because it's lavender. I'm not sure.
Cool.
And a nice piece of green glass. I'll put that in the tumbler, see how it comes out.
Oh yeah, you can turn that stuff into sea glass in the tumbler.
Some type of a wheel.
I love that.
Maybe it's off of a buggy.
Or a wheelbarrow
or a wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Yep, could be. But we'll tumble that, get some of the rust off of it. I found... Now, I guess this is from the 1800s, this head stamp.
Yeah, UMC Co. New Club. Yeah, that's in 1890s.
1890s.
Yep. Union Metallic Company.
And the Speedster, or the
Super
Speed from the 1936.
Yeah, 36, 37, that era. Cool.
Another head stamp.
It's a modern clad.
Modern clad. I don't know if this is a part of a suspender buckle or if it's part of a sash buckle.
It's gorgeous.
But it almost looks like it has an owl face on it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
I'm pretty pleased with that. I found that when we first got here.
That's a nice find, Trace.
I found this. This was actually 1 inch deep. It's a brooch.
Yeah.
And it maybe possibly had a cameo in it at one point.
Something. Yeah, you can see the post on the back where the pin was. Look at that.
Yep, and it has some weight to it.
Yeah, I noticed it was kind of heavy too. I don't think it's pewter though, because I think it would have disintegrated if it was.
Bronze, maybe?
Maybe. Some sort of bronze alloy.
This is a escutcheon, if I'm saying it correctly.
Escutcheon.
Yeah.
Probably from a draw pull or something like that.
Yeah, notice how it's square?
Yeah, it could have been on a square post. Yep. That's cool.
These are just miscellaneous, well, it's all part of a lantern part, but they're miscellaneous pieces of it.
Oh yeah, bits of lantern. I can see there's the cage, and this is where the wick was in here. Cool.
And then this is some type of spout.
Huh. Is it flexible? Can you bend it? Is it like lead or?
No, it's hot as a rock.
I wonder what that is.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I know, it's pretty cool.
Cool. Well, you got some really good finds there, but your Lady Liberty there, the 1818 Lady Liberty, you can even read Liberty on the headdress. Look at that.
Those usually come out of the ground really crusty.
Cutesy, yeah. Oh, even the back looks great.
It's
wow.
beautiful. The patina, I'm not touching it.
No, yeah, it's fine.
The patina on it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's lovely. That's great.
Thank you for inviting me, Chuck. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Next time I come back, I think I'm going to bring Digger Dave. I can only bring one person at a time. But we'll have you back again. We're not going to run out. Okay, so my finds for the day. No old coins, but definitely some good finds. We got a couple of wheat pennies, and then 3 zincs. We have just got a butt-ton of casings and bullets and shotgun shell head stamps. This one, I don't know what this is. This one doesn't appear to have any writing on it. I think this one's really old. I'm not sure about that one. We got a hobnail from a hobnail boot. We got a musket ball and then a small piece of buckshot. Then we have the bullet that I pulled from the tree limb where there was no bullet hole. This funky thing, no idea what it is. Rings up like brass. Gonna have to ask the guys on ID Me or TreasureNet or something. See if we can figure out what that is. A little piece of ceramic, another little piece of ceramic. Looks like a pulley wheel or maybe part of a toy. Another harmonica reed, pocket knife, ox shoe, big old horseshoe, big horse ring. This, I think, Tracy was looking at this earlier. She thinks it looks like a keyhole for a skeleton key. I think she's right. I think this was a faceplate for a keyhole.
I mean, or maybe it was even on a jewelry box or something.
Maybe.
But that, I think it's definitely, I'm surprised we haven't pulled a skeleton key out of this property.
Yeah, with no skeleton keys yet.
No, that's a bucket lister as well.
Yeah, me too. I really want one. We'll tumble this and see how that looks. Here's a nice horse ring. I dig these all the time. I like a good horse ring.
Yep.
So that's good. I do not know what this is. Maybe part of an old lamp. It has a lot of fancy on it, whatever it was. Then we have the head of a quill, or a calligraphic pen. We have the gold ring, of course, 10 carat. South Mecklenburg High School, 1969. Beautiful ring. The homeowners decided to let me keep that. Very grateful. And the place where I really cleaned up today was in buttons. Just lots and lots of buttons. We got all kinds of flat buttons, including that little tiny one. And then we got a couple buttons with patterns. One big convex button, and then a little two-piece button with a flower on it. I really like the buttons. They look good.
I love buttons.
So, I mean, obviously the high point find for my day would have been this gold ring. And then after that, the buttons. It's a good day. It was a good day.
Absolutely was.
All right.
Good day in paradise.
Yeah. So, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you'll come back and see me on the next hunt.